This is Newsnight, where we go above and beyond the headlines. I'm Mitzi Borromeo, sitting in for Pia Ontiveros. Tonight on the program, mass murder and plunder. Former President Benigno Aquino and his health secretary face criminal complaints in the wake of the dengue vaccine controversy. The Visayas braces for a tropical storm as Urduja heads toward eastern Samar. And Malacañang says no rules were violated in the photo shoot of a presidential granddaughter at the palace. A day after a long Senate hearing, former President Noynoy Aquino and his health chief, Janet Garin, are now facing complaints over the dengue vaccine. Here's our senior correspondent, Cecil Ardezabal, with more.
Former President Noynoy Aquino and his health secretary must answer for the deaths, or at least those that may happen, of children given the controversial anti-dengue vaccine, Dengvaxia. They also committed plunder when they used 3.5 billion pesos in government funds to pay for the vaccine in a mass immunization program in 2016. At least that's the view of Augusto Sijuco, head of the Technical Education and Skills Development Authority under former President Gloria Arroyo. Sijuco went to the office of the Ombudsman to file charges of mass murder resulting to reckless imprudence and plunder against Aquino and former Health Secretary Janet Garin. His evidence, newspaper articles.
There is only one death so far, okay? But one death is one death too many. There will be more than one death in this particular event. There will be several deaths.
Sijuco cited reports on the death of an 11-year-old boy who received one dose of Dengvaxia in March. He died days later of congenital heart disease. But Sijuco challenges this finding.
I think that is inaccurate to say it that way. He died because of the Dengvaxia injection. He had congenital heart disease and he should not even have received Dengvaxia.
Dengvaxia is a product of the French drug firm Sanofi Pasteur. Recently, the company issued a statement disclosing recent findings that the vaccine could cause severe dengue on children below 9 years old. The government program gave Dengvaxia to some 800,000 public school students ages 9 and above. The Sanofi announcement caused widespread panic, especially among parents. It is now the subject of investigation in both houses of Congress. Both Aquino and Garin have denied any irregularity in the purchase of the Dengvaxia. Abigail Valte, who was Aquino's deputy presidential spokesperson, denied Sijuco's claims. In a text message, she says Sijuco has no evidence. Garin issued a statement welcoming the complaint. She says it gives her and the former president a chance to prove their innocence and put closure to the issue. Sijuco was slapped with 7 cases before the Ombudsman during the Aquino administration. 5 are pending in the Sandigan Bayan. Cecil Ardezabal, CNN Philippines.
Senator J.V. Ejercito believes Aquino might have been misinformed on the Dengvaxia issue. Ejercito thinks not all information was disclosed to the former president. He notes presidents rely on their heads of agencies for information and would presume that due diligence was done in every issue. Ejercito also believes Aquino pushed through with the vaccination program in good faith to avert a future dengue outbreak. But he says other officials might have taken advantage and did not give him an extensive report that included risks of the vaccine, if any. Tropical storm Urduja continues to linger in eastern Visayas, dumping moderate to heavy rains in the region. Pagasa warned eastern Visayas, including the Samar provinces, are in serious danger as the storm continues its slow movement. Tropical storm Urduja was last monitored at 240 kilometers east of Borongan City, eastern Samar. It's moving very slowly at the speed of 5 kilometers per hour, packing winds of up to 75 kilometers per hour near the center. The storm is expected to make landfall over the northern eastern Samar areas either tomorrow morning or afternoon. It may be downgraded into a tropical depression when it exits the country by Wednesday or Thursday. Even before Urduja hits land, floods and landslides have been reported in eastern Samar and Leyte. Tacloban City was placed under a state of calamity this afternoon. Over 80 barangays in Tacloban are flooded, while landslides were reported in 8 barangays. Hundreds of families have been evacuated to safer areas. Public storm signal number 2 is up over northern Samar, eastern Samar, and Biliran. Pag-asa said residents in these areas will experience strong rains that may cause floods and landslides. Storm surges, locally known as daluyong, are also possible in coastal areas. Signal number 1 is up over Catanduanes, Camarines Sur, Albay, Sorsogon, Romblon, and Masbate, including Burias and Ticao Islands, Leyte, Southern Leyte, Northern Cebu, Capiz, Aklan, and Northern Iloilo Dinagat Islands. Pag-asa is calling on the public to remain alert as sea travel remains risky over the eastern seaboards of Bicol region and the Visayas. Tropical storm Urduha is expected to make first landfall tomorrow in eastern Samar. We now have on the line Acting Governor Marcelo Picardal. Magandang gabi po, Governor.
Good evening, Mitzi. Good evening sa lahat ng nakikinig ng programang ito.
Sir, ano po ang sitwasyon dyan sa inyo ngayon?
May patok pa rin yung ulan dito sa probinsya namin. Since yesterday early morning, lalo na ito sa Borongan, malakas na yung ulan. At meron kaming 244 barangays na affected throughout the province of Eastern Samar. Halos 50% po ito ng barangays ng Eastern Samar.
Okay, sir, nakikita nga namin po mga pictures, maraming floods in the area. Ilan po ang apektado ngayon?
Yung affected family namin dito, as of 5 p.m. this afternoon, 22,335 na po yung nakarating report sa amin galing sa mga munisipyo. Meron po kaming tatlong missing at yung mga evacuation namin sa different evacuation centers ay 7,636 yung na-report po sa amin.
Okay, sir. At confident naman kayo na you have enough relief items at everybody is on standby kasi bukas po ang landfall.
Yes. Actually, nag-deploy na kami ng mga relief goods sa mga yung mga munisipyo na nasa interior municipalities kasi una silang nabaha since yesterday. Nagpadala na po kami sa kanila sa ng mga relief goods. Patuloy pa rin pong naghahanda po yung probinsya at nag-deploy ng mga equipment sa ibang lugar ng probinsya namin.
Sir, ngayon na state of calamity, ano po ang mga ibang preparations na ginagawa nyo? Anong mga klaseng, what kind of deployment ang ginagawa nyo ngayon?
Na yung mga first responders natin, yung sa mga munisipyo, kami sa probinsya, nag-augment na lang kami pag merong problema ng mga munisipyo. So, preposition na po namin yung mga tao namin at saka yung mga goods ay nakada na din sa Kapitolyo.
Okay. Maraming salamat po, sir. Keep safe and we will be in touch again. Acting Governor Marcelo Picardal, that's of Eastern Samar in Tacloban. Thank you very much, sir. Moving on, other provinces in Eastern Visayas are bracing for the impact of Tropical Storm Urduha. But even before the storm makes landfall, heavy rain and winds are pounding a number of areas, forcing thousands of families to evacuate. Mai Rodriguez has the story.
Tropical storm Urduha stayed almost stationary over eastern Visayas, battering it with heavy rains and gusty winds and causing widespread flooding and landslides. Acting Governor Marcelo Picardal told CNN Philippines 1 or more villages in affected towns are flooded.
Halos lahat ng mga munisipyo may mga barangays na flooded po hanggang ngayon.
More than 19,500 families in eastern Samar are affected by the flooding. Almost 8,000 of these families are now in evacuation centers. Landslides have been reported in some parts of Tacloban, Liloan, Southern Leyte, and in eastern Samar. Classes in public and private schools in the whole eastern Visayas region are still suspended. Power is still up in most parts of the region, but some areas are experiencing power interruption. The Philippine Coast Guard reported this morning a total of 7,500 stranded passengers at various ports in eastern Visayas and Bicol and some in western Visayas and central Luzon. In the Cebu port, 22 trips for Leyte and Samar have been canceled until today. Elsewhere, tropical storm Urduha forced hundreds of families to flee their homes in two towns of Misamis Oriental. Disaster officials report 240 families or nearly 1,000 individuals evacuated in Balingasag and Lagonglong towns. May Rodriguez, CNN Philippines.
More local stories later in the show. First, here are the top stories from around the world. An Australian Royal Commission is calling for an end to mandatory celibacy for priests and break the secrecy of confession. This after investigators looking into child sex abuse in the country found more than 8,000 people gave evidence of abuse at religious and state institutions. Some 2,500 cases were referred to authorities in the 5-year probe. Senior leaders in Australia's Catholic Church have rejected the recommendations. A United Nations official who just returned from Pyongyang says he's, quote, really worried about an accidental move toward conflict. Jeffrey Feltman, the UN Undersecretary General for Political Affairs, spent the past several days speaking with North Korean officials. Feltman tells CNN he's concerned about a lack of communication and the high risk of some kind of miscalculation. Tensions between North Korea and the United States have risen markedly in the past year, with many in Washington considering Pyongyang's nuclear capability an imminent threat. And for the first time, NASA finds 8 planets orbiting a distant star, over 2.5 light years away from Earth. The star, called Kepler 90, is the first known to support as many planets as the Sun. Researchers also believe this is the first of many to come. NASA had previously known that 7 planets were orbiting the star, but recently uncovered the 8th with the help of Google Artificial Intelligence. How's rush hour traffic this payday Friday? We'll tell you the situation on the roads later in the show. And we'll give you an inside look at these young aspiring football players training in Barcelona. That's up next here on Newsnight, where we go above and beyond the headlines. Good evening to all of you joining us here on Facebook Live. Coming up for you later on in the program, we have for you an update on PNP Chief Bato in Bilibid. Camille Abadisio brings that to us. Also, the latest that's trending online in Connect. And also, Grace Poe speaks on Coco Martin, and well, that's later on. Entertainment news for you during the show. We'll also have sports news for you and traffic updates. It is a payday Friday, and the holiday rush is upon us. So we'll tell you what the situation is out on the streets later on. So stay tuned for that. Many more stories coming your way. And we are getting some comments on our top story tonight, which is the cases with the dengue vaccine against former President Noynoy Aquino and Health Secretary Janet Garin. Also, of course, we are giving you updates on Tropical Storm Urduha, which is above us. It continues to linger in the eastern Visayas, and it's expected to make landfall tomorrow in eastern Samar. We did speak to Acting Governor of Tacloban, Marcelo Picardal, who says that over 22,000 people are affected in Tacloban, and their relief goods are in place. They're confident that the rescue operations are also in place, and we will be bringing you more information on that as it becomes available. And we want to say hello to those of you who are joining us here on Facebook Live. Roylan Santiago is watching from Navotas City during clinic duty, watching the news while working. Thanks for joining us here. Larry Frias Cesalim is watching from Doha in Qatar. Chansawa Jitaryakum is watching from Thailand. Marlon Panares reacting to one of our stories earlier, saying, I agree with Senator Ejercito's statement, saying, this is of course saying that whatever former President Noynoy Aquino did on promoting the dengue vaccine was done in good faith. Marlon Panares also says, hashtag praying for Tacloban. Celestino Salvan is watching from Africa. Rock Arnolf says, take care Samar and Leyte. Everyone bracing for Tropical Storm Urduha. Reynel Dan is watching from Hale in Saudi Arabia. Raquel Marino says, sa family ko dyan sa Borongan, ingat, stay alert. Bong Andre Almario Cabrera says, God bless Samar and Leyte.
TFRB official.
Warning lang po sa kanila, once na pinara po kayo ng mga pasahero, hindi ho ninyo dapat tinatanong kung saan sila pupunta. Dire-diretso po, sasakay ang pasahero. Pag nagtanong, dapat diretso rin ang pasada. Hindi ho nila dapat ibinababa ang pasahero dahil hindi nila gusto yung pupuntahan or hindi sila nagkasundo dahil ang gusto ng driver ay kontrata. Lahat po yan ay aaksyonan ng LTFRB dahil nandito po kami sa mga malls para issuehan po kayo ng ticket at ang mga operators po ninyo at kayo rin po ay mananagot.
Now, if this happens, the LTFRB says commuters must take note of the taxi's business name, plate number, and if possible, the driver's name. Commuters may then approach LTFRB officials located in some malls here in Metro Manila or send a message to LTFRB at 1342. Again, that's LTFRB at 1342. The Department of Transportation at 7890 and the PNP hotline at 117 or 722-0650. Again, you may call 722-0650. Now, they can also send a message to the Facebook page of LTFRB. That is LTFRB Citizen Enforcer. Now, the LTFRB reminds passengers to always stay safe and to not engage in a confrontation with arrogant and discourteous drivers. Mitzi.
Good information to keep on hand. Joyce, what are the penalties for the so-called Isnabero taxi drivers?
Mitzi, for arrogant, discourteous drivers, the first offense, they will have to pay 5,000 pesos. For the second offense, they'll have to pay 10,000 pesos, and that's 15,000 pesos for the third offense. Now, the driver's license of the drivers will also be confiscated and endorsed to the LTO for every offense. Mitzi.
Thank you very much, Joyce Iles, there reporting to us from Pasig. Let's check other major roads in Metro Manila. You're looking at EDSA Guadalupe. The northbound stretch is on the right side of the screen. We're seeing heavy buildup towards Shaw Boulevard. Same is true on the left side. Traffic is moving slowly going south to Hilpuyat Avenue. On to Rojas Boulevard, corner Pedro Hill Street in Manila. The lanes on the right side lead to south of Baclaran. Expect moderate to heavy traffic at certain points. On the left side, expect occasional stops on the intersection. Traffic slows down heading north to Luneta. Christmas came early for this group of young aspiring football players. Last November, they had a once-in-a-lifetime chance to train with one of the most popular football teams in the world, Barcelona FC.
Football. It may not be as popular in the Philippines as basketball, boxing, or even billiards. But that's not stopping these kids from dreaming and training on the field. This year, Milo brought those football dreams one giant step closer to reality. And now, they take it to a higher level by linking with FC Barcelona to help aspiring football players get access to coaching.
We have tied up globally with FC Barcelona to be able to give opportunity for Filipino children to world-class coaching and facilities.
This is where the road to Barcelona begins. A rigorous process of elimination that will ensure the most deserving kids get their slot.
So, over passing lines, don't be static, don't be static. Guys, over passing lines.
Each player that make it to the selection camp was nominated by their school's coach or their club coach based on their values. It's a difficult and rigorous process, not just for the kids, but for the deciding panel as well. Hundreds of aspiring football players gave their best in hopes of leveling up their skills in Barcelona. While not every player in the boot camp was able to make it all the way to Camp Nou, they still got a taste of Barca training here in Manila. And with Milo's partnership with FC Barcelona as an ongoing program, these kids can come back next year better and more inspired for another shot.
Catch CNN Philippines Sports Desk presents Road to Barcelona tomorrow at 5:30 in the afternoon. Rachel Ango might be a star on stage, but the singer-actress shows us a different side as a fan. This is Newsnight, where we go above and beyond the headlines.
We will have that attraction every now and then to simulate the Christmas spirit. It's really how we intend to portray the exhibit, for people to enjoy the exhibit and take pictures, lots of them, bring memories with them and experience and share it with the public.
Good evening to all of you joining us here on Facebook Live. We wanted to give you a reminder of the traffic outside right now. It is Payday Friday and it's 10 more days to go before Christmas. People are doing their panic shopping tonight, so make sure to brace yourselves for a lot of traffic out on the roads. And just a reminder that Oplan Isnabero is in place, so there will be penalties against arrogant drivers who refuse to take passengers. And something for you to check out, log on to LTFRB's Facebook account, LTFRB Citizen Enforcer, to find out important information on how you can send your complaints. And there will, again, be penalties against these arrogant drivers. Coming up for you in the final segment of Newsnight Entertainment News, Rachel Ango meets Emma Stone in London. Stay tuned for that. And we are getting a lot of greetings here on Facebook Live from around the world. Thanks always for sending your messages to us. Rock Arnold says, take care, Samar and Leyte, as they brace for Tropical Storm Urduha. We also have Bong Andre Almario Cabrera, who says, God bless Samar and Leyte. Stay safe. We have Justy Segis watching from Saudi Arabia. 30 De Leon watching from Malaysia. Geraldine Paracha de Asis watching from Brazil. And Felix Alves watching from Wisconsin in the USA. Butch Lenihan from Florida, USA. Stay with us until the end of the show. Welcome back. Entertainment news now. Filipina singer-actress Rachel Ango proves she has her fangirl moments too. Check out her epic meeting with Hollywood actress Emma Stone. The Academy Award winner watched the London West End production of the hit musical Hamilton. Fellow Filipina actress Christine Aliado got to meet Emma too. Both thanked Emma for watching the show. Rachel, Ann, and Christine are part of the play's London West End cast. Later, find out what social media has to say about the photo shoot of the president's granddaughter in Malacañang. That's it for now. I'll see you again at 7. I'm Mitzi Borromeo, sitting in for Pia Ontiveros. Sports Desk with Miko Halili is up next.
Good morning, Malacañang Press Corps and guests. Welcome sa Bangon Marawi press briefing. Today we have Assistant Secretary Marie Banag.
Rocky, good morning. Ladies and gentlemen of the Malacañang Press Corps, magandang umaga. Our Ranao brothers and sisters continue to return to Marawi City, and the national and local government continues to support them in getting their lives back to normal. In this light, we would like to show everyone a video of Marawi City Mayor Majul Gandamra, a reminder that we all have to band together in making these recovery efforts fruitful for our fellow Filipinos.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Pagnin ko wala agyan ko to manaw salam makalilinta dako kapipya ginawa na mambagyan niyo mga bangsa ko sa giyang kaya piti barangan na apamana ingad katatarusan niyo kadadarpan niyo agusto mga bangsa ko sa giyang kaya Marawi City am yakang balingan iman to ulan-ulan. Ito pong pagbabalik natin dito sa Marawi City ay ginagawa po natin ito gradually dahil nais po natin na ibalik sa normal na ating ang situation dito sa Marawi City, and that gusto natin i-restore lahat ng mga vital establishment nang sa ganon ang inyong pag-uwi dito sa Marawi City ay nasa ayos at makakapagsimula po tayo ng tama. Kayo po aking mga kababayan na hindi pa po nakaka-uwi dito sa Marawi City ay sana po ay huwag po tayo mawalan ng pag-asa dahil eventually po ay makakabalik din ho tayo at ang ating gobyerno po ay patuloy ang kanilang suporta in terms of itong pagbibigay ng financial assistance and ito pong mga pagbibigay ng food assistance and non-food assistance, at patuloy rin po ang ating gobyerno ng gumagawa ng paraan nang sa ganon matulungan nila tayo sa ating pagbangon in terms ng ating mga economic livelihood. So sana po kayong mga kababayan ko ay patuloy po tayo manalangin. Huwag ho tayo mawalan ng pag-asa sa ating gobyerno na itong nangyari sa Marawi City ay makakabangon po tayo. Tuloy-tuloy pa rin po ang ating ginagawa na ibalik natin sa normal na situation ang Marawi City. Nang sa ganon kayong aking mga kababayan ay makabalik dito. Alam po namin yung naranasan yung problema dyan ho sa iba't ibang evacuation center as well as yung mga home base po. Huwag ho kayong mag-alala sa inyong pagbabalik. Nandito po ang inyong gobyerno, ang national government, ang local government, ang different sectors na handang tumulong po sa atin. Subalit po, ang mga tulong na nabanggit ko po ay hindi po yan sapat, kundi tayo po mismo mga taga-Marawi, tayo po ay magkaroon ng sariling inisyatibo. Gawin po natin ang ating makakaya nang sa ganon ay makabangon po tayo mulit. Alam ko po na tayong mga Maranao ay very resilient at madali po tayong bumangon. Basta po pagtulong-tulungan natin ito at kami po sa local government at ang national government and different sectors ay tulong-tulong po tayo para ibangon ang Marawi City. Maraming salamat po.
Also, we are pleased to report that as of Monday this week, another 4,159 displaced families from the 8 barangays under Cluster 3 were able to return to the city. That notches the total returnees up to 18,478 families, or 92,390 individuals, based on the records of the Marawi LGU. On the Brigada Eskwela sa Marawi, As previously announced in last week's briefing, DepEd launched Brigada Eskwela sa Marawi in 15 schools in the city, with Education Secretary Leonor Briones herself gracing the main kickoff at Amay Pakpak Central Elementary School. The department's division and regional offices in Luzon and Visayas will mobilize the resources required by the school, while the Mindanao offices will provide the manpower needed for implementation. The activity centered around volunteerism and would facilitate minor repairs on schools and cleaning of surroundings and areas. We Filipinos have always placed education at a high regard, and for many of the parents affected by the war, it would have been heartbreaking to see their children's lives be at risk at the age when they should have been finishing their studies. Fortunately, there were people like Noraida Arubinto and Alonto Arubinto, a couple who took students in for 3 days in their boarding house during the war. Their story brings a message of hope that everyone can contribute to the recovery of Marawi, and more importantly, to enduring peace. This is also a call to action for the Maranaos to continue helping each other rise from their predicament. Let us all watch this video.
Lahat na yun during the crisis, kinayanan namin dahil mayroon kaming faith at mayroon kaming tiwala sa sarili na kaya namin dito.
Decide ako na talagang hindi kami alis dito para depensahan yung sarili namin, depensahan yung mga relatives namin, depensahan yung mga kapitbahay namin dito sa barangay.
Pinaka-importante, no? Education cannot stop. Sa mga teachers, sa mga school head na tulad ko, sana maging matatag kayo. Sa ngayon, kailangan nating maging matatag at maging matapang sa lahat ng gagawin natin sa buhay.
Sana po bumalik kayo sa Marawi City at gawin natin magpakatotoo tayo, nagampanan natin ang bilang isang Muslim na gawin niya yung talagang sundan niya yung tenets na Islam.
At this point, I would like to give the floor to Undersecretary Emmanuel Leico. He is the officer in charge of the Department of Social Welfare and Development, and Assistant Secretary Ave Tolentino III of the Housing and Urban Development Coordinating Council, or the HUDC, and the AFP Public Affairs Chief Marine Colonel Edgar Arevalo for their statements.
Good morning. We are here today to give you updates on our recent initiatives and major developments at the Department of Social Welfare and Development. In particular, we'd like to inform you of DSWD initiatives in Marawi. Last week, we opened our Marawi Operations Center that will be located in Barangay Tampilong in Marawi City. This shall serve as the nerve center for our operations in Marawi to make sure that the initiatives of the department will match the requirements of the internally displaced persons in the area. We also want to make sure that the rehabilitation and recovery is put in place, whereas our counterpart in the security and physical infrastructure, the HUDSI, Housing Urban Development Council, the DSWD will focus on the recovery and reestablishment of human infrastructure in the communities where the IDPs operate. In particular, we'd like to make sure that the people of Marawi are able to recover not just their confidence in themselves, but also their confidence in their communities. Our Operations Center will be headed by our Regional Director of Field Office 12, assisted by our Regional Director of Field Office 10, and our Undersecretary for Mindanao Affairs will be providing the oversight of our operations. We also want to inform you that the SWD has prepared a portfolio of programs in the city, particularly the 4Ps, or the Pantawid Pamilyang Pilipino. We have suspended the conditionalities that will allow them to receive funds, even if they are not attending schools or not going to health clinics or not even attending the family development sessions. We have some 12,000 households who are members of our Pantawid, and therefore we'd like to make sure that the funds are delivered to them. We also have the Sustainable Livelihood Program, and we have made modifications in such a way that SLP programs, even in evacuation centers, will already qualify for our programs. We have social pension program, we have supplementary feeding, and we have assistance to individuals in crisis program in the city. We'd like to assure the people of Marawi that DSWD, along with other government agencies, will stand ready to address their needs. In particular, DSWD, like I said earlier, will focus on bringing back, recovering, reestablishing the human infrastructure that was very much affected during the conflict in Marawi City. Thank you.
Good morning, MPC. First of all, we'd like to thank you for your continued support in helping us communicate our efforts in Marawi City. We will start off with our efforts on peace, on the topic of peace. The OPAP, in partnership with Duyog Marawi, will conduct a solidarity activity for the Marawi IDPs in selected evacuation centers and home-based communities. This will be a 2-day activity in Iligan City. It will be held from 16 to 17 of December 2017. This activity aims to promote the spirit of Christmas, a season of hope, love, peace, and unity for Christians and Muslims alike. It will involve various activities for IDPs, such as attendance to the Misa de Gallo, Salo-Salo, peace education, fun games, caroling, and gift-giving. With regards to the DPWH, as of the moment, the DPWH road clearing operations are ongoing on 5 connecting roads and highways for a total of 37 kilometers. Also, the TFBM chairperson had a dialogue with the business sector in Marawi. We believe that it's very crucial for us to partner with our Maranao brothers and sisters who are known to be very resilient, no? And so we feel that in helping them build back their lives, we will be partnering with them. So we had the first business consultative forum. It was held last week, and it was made possible by the Office of the City Mayor and the Bangsamoro Federal Business Council, or BFBCI. We would like to note that this is not the first dialogue. We've had several dialogues. It is a continuing dialogue, and we feel that the continuous dialogue with our brothers and sisters from Maranao will help us build Marawi faster and better. We move on still on the topic of livelihood. We'd like to share our efforts of the DTI, and we would like to encourage everyone to visit DTI Bangon Marawi product store, which is located in Makati. It will be open until the 29th of December, wherein the products made by the IDPs from different evacuation centers and those who are home-based here in Metro Manila are made available. Also, join us in celebrating the creativity of our Maranao brothers and sisters while doing your holiday shopping with a cause. The store is open from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., Mondays to Fridays. It features Maranao products such as brasswares, wooden furniture, wearables, Maranao woven products, jewelry, fashion accessories, and Maranao native delicacies. As of December 12, their total sales has hit 311,685. So we hope that we can communicate this to our kababayans and really make the Bangon Marawi product store very successful. For our hotlines, the IDPs may also direct their queries and points for clarifications to the Marawi LGU's grievance desk and TFBM field office. Shown are their hotlines. No? Grievance help desk hotline of LGU Marawi 0906-552-7985 and TFBM field office hotlines 0929-144-9242 or 0995-356-3965. If there will be questions later on, we will gladly receive them. Thank you.
Magandang umaga sa ating lahat. Una, bagong lahat, gusto ko po sanang batiin kayo ng isang maligayang Pasko at maligong bagong taon. While on that note, ang inyo pong AFP, katuwang ang iba't ibang ahensya ng ating pamahalaan ay hindi hihinto ngayong Pasko sa kanilang patuloy na pagtulong upang maibangon nating sama-sama ang Marawi. Sa ngayon po, ang AFP, pangunahin sa kanyang intervention activities ay ang pag-clear pa rin ng ating mga barangays, the most affected barangays, from improvised explosive devices at saka unexploded ordnance. Napakahalaga po na maalis muna natin ang mga ito upang siguruhin natin na sa pagbabalik ng ating mga kababayan, hindi na sila mabibiktima ng mga unexploded ordnance at saka IEDs na ito. Kasama po sa ginagawa ng inyong AFP ang tinatawag nating Post-Conflict Needs Assessment na patuloy po nating ginagawa katuwang ibang ahensya ng ating pamahalaan upang alamin higit ano paman ang kakailanganin pa ng ating mga kababayan upang mapabilis ang ating pagbangon sa Marawi. Ang hindi po mas marahil natin gasinong napapansin ay ang operations ng AFP to prevent the terrorist group from further increasing their number dahil patuloy pa rin po silang nagre-recruit ng mga miyembro diyan sa paligid ng Marawi. May mga activities po tayo na isinasagawa upang siguruhin na hindi na sila makapangangalap ng additional members pa at hindi na sila muling makagagawa ng paggambala na kagaya ng ginawa nila sa Marawi sa iba pang bahagi ng ating bansa. Nagpapatuloy po ang ating pakikipagtulungan at pakikipag-alyansa sa iba't ibang ahensya ng ating pamahalaan upang magkatulong-tulong tayo sa ating mga kailangan pang gawin upang ibangon ng Marawi. But of course, the contribution of the AFP specifically is on the matters of availability of equipment, heavy equipment, our combat engineers to assist in the construction and rehabilitation ng Marawi, and of course, yun pong mga kagamitan or equipment and vessels and aircraft na meron po ang Sandatahang Lakas ng Pilipinas na maitutulong upang maipag-transport ang mga construction equipment na ito. And not to mention the security posture, the assurance na gusto nating ibigay at ipagkaloob sa lahat ng gustong makibahagi, sa lahat ng kasalukuyang bumabahagi sa pagbangon sa Marawi upang malaya nilang magampanan ang kanilang kailangang gawin sa pagbabangon ng Marawi. Sa ngayon po, ayon po sa impormasyon na meron tayo from our ground units, ay meron pong subject to the confirmation of course of other agencies of government na meron pong tinatayang mahigit 500 na temporary shelters by months and kung saan tumutulong po ang AFP ng pagko-construct. And then meron na rin po napabalita of course yung construction ng Bahay Pag-asa kung saan bahagi pa rin po ang AFP. So if there will be any other projects related to this, your armed forces is going to help and intensely participate in ensuring that all these projects geared towards the reconstruction, rehabilitation, and assistance to our brothers in Marawi will be fulfilled very soon. Yun lang muna po, and kung meron po kayong question later. Thank you very much.
MPC questions? Pia Gutierrez? Microphone, Alan.
Hi, sir. Good morning. Kay Sir Arevalo po. Sir, could you tell us more about the recruitment activities? Is it being made by remnants of the Maute group or iba pa pong grupo ito?
Thank you. Ang recruitment na namomonitor natin ay ang buhat sa mga remnants ng Maute ISIS group.
How, particularly, paano po nila is nasagawa itong recruitment activity, and in what area, sir? Is it still inside Marawi City or within or doon po sa mga municipalities near Marawi City?
May namomonitor tayo sa municipalities around Marawi, the immediate vicinity of Marawi. Dito natin nakikita yung nag-intensify pa rin sila in the sense na hindi sila umihinto sa kanilang ginagawang recruitment, patuloy na pagkumbinsi na sumali sa kanilang hanay. And of course, may mga offer pa rin sila ng financial remunerations, kagaya nito. And of course, ang social media ay katuloy pa rin nilang ginagamit sa kanilang recruitment activities.
Sir, I'm just wondering, sir, paano sila nakakagawa ng recruitment activities considering na malakas ang military presence doon po sa Marawi and in other municipalities near Marawi, sir?
Ang monitoring natin ito ay base doon sa mga nire-report din sa atin ng mga citizen in this locality. So definitely hindi naman openly nila ginagawa ang kanilang pagre-recruit. But what we can say for now is may namomonitor tayong ganitong reports, kaya pagpapatuloy ang ating operations upang siguruhin na they will not succeed.
Okay, Joseph, I'm sorry. Joseph Morong?
Sir, how long have you been monitoring the recruitment process, recruitment activity?
Since noong matapos yung Marawi, since Marawi was liberated.
And since then, we have just been monitoring and not arresting anybody.
So far, may mga monitor tayo. I cannot just divulge to you whether there are arrests being made about these recruitment activities. But what we can say for now, meron pa ring recruitment activities na nangyayari, and this is what we are seeking to prevent.
But no arrests have been made yet?
I cannot divulge to you yet kung anong arrests, kung meron parang, wala akong hawak na data right now regarding the arrest, but I can find it out.
Because under martial law, that would be easier, right? No more arrest warrants, ongoing rebellion.
Yes, provided of course na meron din tayong malinaw na basihan before we can extract or execute any arrests.
So remnants meaning we didn't completely wipe out the forces?
Remember that the later part, or before the liberation of Marawi, meron pa rin sa kanila na nakapuslit, lalo din sa mga areas, lalo na mga area na hindi pa natin na-discover, yung mga area kung saan sila pwedeng nakapasok at nakalabas.
Sir, in the letter of the press, you're saying?
Come again?
In the letter of the president, there were at least 4 terrorist groups, excluding plus NPA, justification for martial law. What's new there is the Turaifi group. We've been trying to get the background of who are this Turaifi group. Would you have the information now?
Sa ngayon, ang impormasyon lang na meron ako, meron silang around, sa record natin, ang grupo ni Turaifi around 22, yung ating identified or kumbaga, number na meron tayo sa grupo ni Turaifi.
Any complete name of this Turaifi person?
Alias Abu Turaifi ang meron ako ngayon.
Alias lang,
yes.
Sir. And who said that he's successor to Isnilon?
Well, that is an assessment that he could be the successor of Isnilon Hapilon.
Assessment by the military forces, based on?
Based from the information that we have also gathered from the ground.
All right. So the basis is not fictional, it is existing?
It is of real basis, buhat sa ating mga operating units in the field.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, Ina Andulong, follow-up.
Sir, how successful have their recruitment efforts been? And ano po ang profile so far ng prospect recruits nila? Are they still targeting the youth?
Well, pangunahin dyan yung mga kamag-anak. Kasi yun ang mas madali nilang ma-recruit. Of course, ang mga bata, ang mga kabataan, ang kanilang mas nanaising ma-recruit because these are the sectors of our society that could be considered vulnerable. Sila yung mga grupo na napakadaling bilugin ng mga ulo, bigyan ng mga pangako, at sila ang mas madaling yayain na sumama sa kanilang grupo.
And sir, you mentioned that they're offering money. Have you also monitored if local officials continue to possibly fund these terrorists? Because previously the president said that local officials were funding them.
Wala akong data right now.
And last, sir, dun lang Teraki sa 4P suspension. How long, sir, will the suspension of the requirements be, or for the condition?
Thank you. Initially, we have suspended it until March of 2018, and we can possibly extend it longer, as long as it is needed. But for now, we'd like to make sure that the help, the assistance is delivered to the 4P's beneficiaries.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, Sheena, follow up?
Sir Arevalo, yes. Follow-up lang po dun sa recruitment. Do you have an estimate kung ilan na po ba yung na-recruit nitong mga terrorist group?
Wala po kong hawak na record as of this time.
Pero at least nag-double ba yung number nila after the recruitment, after nung Marawi na sinabi?
I cannot tell you if they double, but what I can tell you is they are continuing with their recruitment activities, and that what we intensely are working on to prevent them from continuing to recruit these vulnerable sectors of our society.
How many are they? Yung mga terrorists po sa Mindanao na minomonitor, how many are they now? Ilan po yung...
Mahirap tayong magbigay ng exact na numero ngayon about that, but we can tell you that we can still monitor a number of them na nag-recruit dyan sa area natin sa Mindanao.
Okay, Hannah, to be followed by Laila.
Morning, sir. Sir Arevalo. Question lang po dun sa arrest order. Maglalabas po ba tayo ng panibagong arrest order ngayong mag-extend ng 1 year yung martial law po?
I'm sorry, I'm not be able to answer that kasi hindi po nanggagaling sa AFP ang arrest order.
Okay. Any update po doon sa arrest order na nailabas na may nadagdag po ba doon sa naaresto po?
Hindi ko rin po hawak yung information tungkol yan. I'm sorry.
Is it possible, sir, na mapasama sa kung maglalabas man na panibagong arrest order ang mga NPA?
Hindi rin po tayo ang nagdi-determine ng pag-i-issue ng arrest order. So we'd like to defer the answer to the Department of National Defense.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay, Laila?
For Sir Arevalo. Sir, can you tell us how the rebels are using social media to recruit new members, and what are we doing to shut down these channels?
Well, ang meron ay mga recruitment videos. I am sure you have also came across this. At yung mga recruitment video na yan, part of what we can do is we could communicate through Facebook, if it's in Facebook, that we could request for the barring of that post, because if it's in the nature of a recruitment of a terrorist group, then that could be a valid ground.
Meron na po ba tayong na-request na ipatanggal sa social media?
Ngayon, wala akong mabanggit sa iyo na meron na kagad.
Ito for Secretary Leco. Sir, are we open to accepting more 4P beneficiaries from Marawi? Kasi yung mga hindi po members noon maaring nawala na rin ng livelihood. So may mechanism pa rin po to accept new members.
Yes. Well, in particular, we'd like to push for the livelihood programs to benefit them. And 4Ps, probably if they qualify, they should be evaluated and brought into the program as well.
Thank you.
Okay, Roscos?
Good morning po, Sir Leco. Pwede po kami makakuha ng estimate kung gaano na po ang naitulong ng DSWD sa mga IDPs, kung magkano po?
I asked my staff to give you exact data on that, but I can tell you right now that in terms of the projected support coming from DSWD, we have something close to over 800 million that has been disbursed, and they're still in the process of disbursing close to 3 billion pesos to support the affected victims in Marawi area.
Yung budget po na ito, ano po particularly yung pinakamalaking pinaglalaanan?
Ang malaking pinaglalaanan dito ay ang pagkain at mga pangunahing pangangailangan ng ating mga mamamayan doon sa lugar na yon. Ang isa pong malaking bahagi ng tulong na binibigay ng DSWD ay yung mga nasa evacuation centers. Meron pong mga food items, non-food items, mga pangangailangan na kailangan tustusan agad ng DSWD sa lalong madaling panahon.
Kay Sir Arevalo po. Sir, ano po yung particular actions ng AFP to counter the recruitment ng Maute remnants?
May mga efforts tayo, no? Halimbawa, meron tayong countering violent extremism na mga dialogues with the youth. Meron din tayong mga Youth Leaders Summit. At just recently, na-conclude natin yung educational tour of Muslim youth sa Kuala Lumpur sa Malaysia. Ang objective ng lahat ng ito ay bigyan ng pagkakataon ng ating mga kababayan, lalo na ang mga kabataan, na ma-realize nila kung ano ang what is extremism, how is recruitment being done by these extremists. And at the same time, lalong-lalo na itong visit nila sa Kuala Lumpur sa Malaysia, ang objective nito ay dalahin ang ating kabataan buhat sa mga komunidad na Muslim sa ating bansa, particular this time sa Central Mindanao, na may mga bansa na kung saan bagaman iba-iba ang relihiyon, iba-iba ang paniniwala, iba-iba ang estado sa buhay, subalit sila ay malayang nakikapamuhay sa bawat isa, malayang nagagawa ang kanilang mga gawain, at they can prosper together as a nation. So, ang ating iniisip, pagbalik nila sa kanilang komunidad, ito ang kanilang kukwento at maibabahagi sa kanilang kapwa kabataang leader, at ito ang isa nating nakikitang kaparaanan upang masigit nating mapalaganap ang tunay na pagkakaisa, pagtutulong at tinatawag nating fruitful and mutual coexistence.
How about, sir, sa idea na instead of them maging bahagi ng terrorist group, may effort din ba to recruit them na maging bahagi ng government security forces?
Hindi direktang activity yon na pwede nating sabihin na yun ang primary reason, but it could be one of the reasons or the motivations na pwede lang sumama sa Armed Forces of the Philippines. Sapagkat alam naman natin, the AFP is a volunteer organization. What we would like to do is for them to join the Armed Forces of the Philippines because they would like to serve our country. And they would like to join the Armed Forces of the Philippines because they have consider it as a calling. At hindi na siguro natin kailangang bigyang diin pa, subalit ang patuloy na pagganda ng imahe ng Armed Forces of the Philippines sa mata ng ating mga mamamayan at ating mga kabataan, not to mention yung patuloy na paglaki ng sweldo ng ating mga sundalo ay siguradong malaking bagay na makapagkukumbinsi sa kanila altogether to join the Armed Forces of the Philippines and forget the possibility of joining the cause of the violent extremists or the rebels, as you were saying. Thank you.
Okay, Lenesca, microphone. Thank you.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning po.
Sir, follow-up lang po about there are sectors accusing the military of committing abuses during the implementation of martial law and fearing of same incidents with the continuation of the martial law for the next year. I would just like to get an update on your in case you are investigating your ranks about it. I would just like to get an update. Has there been any findings of abuses? And what is the military doing to address this?
Sa ngayon po, binabanggit natin, patuloy pa rin po tayo naghihintay ng mga formal na reklamo. Ang meron pong naririnig natin ngayon are allegations, at sabi na po natin, in the spirit of due process, we are waiting for those formal complaints. At well, again, in the spirit of due process, kailangan din po nating imbestigahan at marinig yung panig kung sino man po itong irereklamong sundalo. Matibay po, consistent tayo sa ating paninindigan that the AFP as a matured and professional organization will not allow these violations of human rights na mangyari or gawin ng ating mga tauhan. Mahigpit po ang tagubili ng ating pamunuan ng AFP, ni General Ray Leonardo Guerrero, ang ating AFP Chief of Staff, na sa pagtupad namin ng aming mga tungkulin, lalong-lalo na sa ating pagpapatupad ng martial law, dapat po ay kikilalanin natin ang karapatang pantao at ang international humanitarian law. At yun po ang kasalukuyan at patuloy nating ginagawa. Meron po tayong Human Rights Office at offices sa buong unit ng AFP hanggang sa forward units natin na magbibigay po ng isang conducive environment para sa ating mga kababayan na kung meron po silang reklamo ay pwede po nilang ihatid at ihain dito at masisiguro po natin sa ating mga kababayan na gagawin po natin ang karampatang hakbang kagaya ng pag-iimbestiga at kung merong mapatutunayan ng kasala ay atin pong lalapatan ng karampatang parusa.
Okay, last question.
Follow-up lang, sir. Parang, is the military considering investigating their ranks without necessarily waiting for a complaint?
Opo,
like a proactive approach.
Opo.
So, have you done that?
Opo.
Do we need a complaint? Kasi, syempre, these people have been devastated by the Marawi siege. So, they may not, parang I suppose they don't have the physical energy to go to court battles or even administrative complaints. So, would you consider being proactive and initiating investigation without complaints?
Definitely po. We are doing that motu proprio. Kaya lang po, ang tanong niyo po kasi sa akin kanina kung anong ginagawa namin doon sa mga reklamo. So I'm reacting to the complaints that we needed a formal complaint as basis in the spirit of due process. But that doesn't mean though na ang AFP po ay uupo na lamang at hihintayin kung merong reklamo. Even among our ranks, ang atin pong mga sundalo, kasama na po doon yung binanggit ko kanina, na lahat po tayo are educated and informed about human rights and international humanitarian law, that we must be advocates in this particular regard. So kung meron po tayong kasamahan na nakakita na any one of us committed these violations, those could already be initial information made that could be made basis of a investigation and prosecution sa ating mga kasamahan.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you,
sir.
Last two questions, Alvin and then Pia.
Colonel Revolo, magandang umaga po.
Morning, Alvin.
Sir, nabanggit ko kanina na yung sa recruitment may money involved. Sir, may na-monitor po ba kayo na may funding galing sa labas ng bansa?
Wala akong pwedeng mabanggit specifically na galing sa ibang bansa. But what I can tell you is meron silang ino-offer na cash. But yun nga, it's about recruitment. Hindi, ito yung tipo na baka pinangako pero hindi naman nila kayang tuparin.
Sir, magkano yung money involved, sir?
It varies eh. Wala tayong specific amount. And kagaya nga na sinabi ko kanina, these are offers.
Okay, Attorney Tolentino. Sir, mamimit po ba yung target na before December 25, makaka-transfer na po yung mga IDPs sa transitional shelter bago magpasko?
Based on sa ating report ng NHA dated 12 December, we have 673 transitional shelters dun sa ating barangay Sagunsongan in various stages of completion. 309 of these units are substantially completed. Ang target po natin medyo nausog. December 27, 2017 po ang ating pong target na mag-deliver ng first 500 transitional shelters. Ngayon, naintindihan ho natin na mas malaki ho yung demand kaysa dun sa unang batch na ating maibibigay. Ito pong ating barangay Sagunsongan, 1,100 ang mabibigay nito. Pero yung first batch, 500 lamang. So nagkaroon po ng kasunduan doon po sa ating TWG on beneficiary selection, doon po sa Iligan. Nagkaroon pong kasunduan na ang magiging eligible po para dito sa first batch ay yung IDP residents of Marawi City from the most affected areas who are willing to return and at the same time willing to stay in the transitional shelters. Yun po ang ating uunahin. At doon po sa prioritization natin, mag-allocate po tayo out of the initial 500, 70% po sana uunahin natin doon sa mga families who are found in evacuation centers. The idea is, as we continue to build transitional shelters, mawawala po yung congestion natin doon sa ating evacuation centers. So yun po ang ating idea, and gusto ko lang po din ibalita na ito pong ating pagtatayo ho ng pabahay doon sa transitional shelter. Hindi lang po namin tinutukan yung pagtatayo ng struktura. Atin po nilagyan ito na maayos na kalsada, atin po nilagyan ito ng septic tank bawat isang bahay, nilagyan din po natin ng toilet and bath at saka may sink. Dahil po linagyan ho natin ito ng deep well, yung lugar na ito, at nilagyan ho natin ito ng water reservoir. So patuloy po ang drilling doon. Meanwhile, yung pong tangke ay ready na, at yung po ikinakabit sa tubo para po magkakaroon tayong level 3 connection, meaning when you open your faucet in your house, may lalabas pong tubig. So yun po ang ating plano, and hopefully we're able to turn over nga ito by December 27, 2017.
Okay, last question, Pia Gutierrez.
Okay, Sir Arevalo. Sir, base po dun sa recommendation at na binigay niyo sa Presidente, ano po yung kapasidad ng Turaifi Group at yung isa pang binabanggit na DIWM to carry out attacks in Mindanao, sir?
Sa ngayon, pardon me, but I think it's already moot and academic for us to discuss. But ang pwede nating sabihin dito ay yung terrorist activity nila, yung recruitment activity na rin nila. Marami na tayong reported. Just like last week, nagkaroon sila ng attack on a police department, police station. And yung ating mga sundalo ay nag-reinforce kung saan 7 Marines yung wounded dito. Of course, yung threat pa rin na patuloy nilang pinopose sa ating mga communities.
Aside from yung mga attacks, sir, ano po yung parang in terms of numbers nila, yung mga arms na meron po sila, and also siguro yung overall capability nila, sir, is it such a big a threat na kailangan na mag-declare ng martial law in Mindanao? Kasi you mentioned yung Turaifi is only 22 members lang identified, sir.
Hindi natin kasi pwedeng ibanggitin yung as basis solely ng martial law yung kay Abu Turaifi. It's a combination of a lot of reasons and justifications. Yun po ang sinasabi ko kanina, na it's moot and academic for me to discuss, although sapagkat pinisenta naman po yun sa Kongreso at yun naman po ay kinilala ng ating Kongreso. Now, if you're going to talk and ask me about kay Abu Turaifi, sinasabi po natin, bagaman ganun ang kanyang numero, hindi po kasi natin sila pwedeng i-underestimate dahil ganun lamang kanilang number. Maybe the 22 is what we could mention with certainty or report with certainty yung kanilang number, pero yung kanilang ability to recruit, yung kanilang mobility, yung arms na meron sila, at yung capability pa nila na mag-conduct ng terrorist activity, hindi naman po kailangan maging marami para magpasabog ka ng isang vital installation or vital institution o mga lugar kung saan maraming tao. Hindi naman po natin kailangan maging napakarami. But then, the point we're saying is they are capable, among other reasons na na-cite for the extension of martial law, kasama po sila sa itinuturing nating malaking banta sapagkat ang grupo po ni Abu Turaifi ay may leaning towards extremism.
What about the DIWM, sir?
What do you mean, what about the DI?
Itong, sir, yung Dawatul Islamiyah.
Yan din po. It's a terrorist extremist group din na kapareho rin ng grupo ng Daesh-inspired group and like the Mauti ISIS group.
Okay, Joseph, sorry, at may dalawa pa pala. Joseph Morong, and then may other issues si Rosalie Cos.
I think, sir, the question earlier was the ability to carry out the threats. The only time it becomes moot is that if they can no longer carry out the threat. Did you mean that it's moot because Congress believed it anyway as a basis?
No, ang ibig ko pong sabihin ay na-state naman na-enumerate na po natin yung mga reasons.
Yes.
Ngayon ang binabanggit, ang tinatanong po sa akin, if it's specifically kay Abu Turaifi, yun po yung sinasagot natin na kung are they not able to, are they not capable of posing a threat kung 22 lamang sila. So yun po yung sinasagot natin kanina na hindi naman po porke 22 lamang sila or yun ang ating sinasabing number ngayon, yun lang talaga sila or they are not capable of growing or recruiting.
Okay.
Okay, last question, Rosalie Cos. Microphone, please.
Kay Asek Banaag po, regarding po sa train, may mga grupo po kasi nga kumukontra na sinasabi po nila na yung train po ay merong hindi magandang epekto sa publiko, particularly na sa pagsusulong po ng health ng mga mahihirap na Pilipino dahil nakakonsentrate lang po yun pong makukuha sa train sa transport infrastructure projects but not on health services.
Salamat, Rose, but I'd rather leave that to spokesperson Roque to answer.
Okay, thank you. Sige, sir.
Well, meron po akong isang announcement na gustong banggitin. I'd like to take advantage of this venue para banggitin sa inyo that your Armed Forces of the Philippines will be celebrating its 82nd anniversary. Yan po ay sa December 21. So balit ang atin pong celebration or yun pong occasion for this will be December 20, kung saan mismo ang ating Commander-in-Chief and President Rodrigo Duterte, siya po ang ating magiging panauhing pandangal. This year's theme po is protecting the people, securing the state. So before this, nagkaroon po tayo ng napakaraming mga pre-anniversary activities at di ko na po ito isa-isahin. Ang isa pong importanteng gusto namin banggitin sa inyo ay meron po tayong mga awardees na ating pararangalan sa mismong araw. Siyam po dito ay sundalo, 3 ay civilians. Sa hapon po natin ito gagawin. Sa umaga naman po, meron po tayong Kapayapaan Awards kung saan bibigyan pagkilala naman po natin at award yung mga different individuals, institutions, and organizations that have helped the Armed Forces of the Philippines accomplish its mission for the year. At ang isa pa po na bago sa ating magiging pagdiriwang ay ang i-inaugurate po natin itong tinatawag na Red Rose Pin. Ito po ay isang badge na gagamitin po o ipakikilala sa araw na yon kung saan ito po ay isusuot ng lahat ng mga kaanak ng mga namatay na sundalo at ganoon din po yung mga sibilyan na gustong ipakita ang kanilang pagkilala sa ginawang kabayanihan ng ating mga sundalo. Iiwan ko po ito, nandito po ang mga ang kanyang illustration at nandito po yung symbolisms ng bawat part na meron siya. So meron ang una pong ang mga unang pins po na ilalabas natin ay ipamimigay natin sa December 20 sa hapon. So in-expect po natin na yung ating mga bisita na kaanak ng mga tatanggap ng parangal na namatay sa mga labanan ay sila ang unang-una magsusuot nito. At hindi lang yan para sa December 20, kundi every time na meron po tayong pagtitipon sapagkat ang naisin po ng pin na ito ay sa tuwi-tuwi na ipaalala sa ating mga kababayan at sa mga kaanak ng namatay na mga bayaning ito ang naging sakripisyo at pag-aalay ng buhay ng ating mga kawal para sa bayan. Salamat po.
Thank you, AFP spokesperson Arevalo. Can we have now DSWD Secretary Leco?
Thank you. I'd like to update you, give you some information on the preparations being made by DSWD for the storm or Duha. But before I do that, I just want to update you that the SLP waiver of conditionalities to extend up to the end of 2018 has been approved. So conditionalities for Pantawid families have already been waived for the rest of 2018. Okay. Now, going to the tropical storm Urduha, we have already activated the disaster response cluster. It's expected to make a landfall over eastern Samar, and the estimated rainfall amount is from moderate to heavy with a 400-kilometer diameter of the tropical storm. Now, in terms of the preparations being made by the SWD, we have already a stockpile of about 368,000 family food packs amounting to 123 million pesos, and available food and non-food items amounting to 393 million pesos. We also have a standby fund in the amount of 245 million at the central office and our field offices. I think for now, that's all we can share with you. We'll continue to monitor the movement of the storm, and we will respond accordingly. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Secretary Leyco. Assistant Secretary Banaag.
Maraming salamat po sa ating mga guests. And from us here in Metro Manila, to all our IDPs and our fellow Filipinos affected by conflict, kasama po ninyo ang gobyerno to sa inyong pagbangon. Maligayang Pasko po.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Secretary Leyco. Thank you, Assistant Secretary Banaag. Thank you, AFP Spokesperson Arevalo. And thank you, Secretary General Tolentino. Thank you, Malacañang Press Corps. Back to our main studio sa Radyo Pilipinas and People's Television.